JC, if you're ever in
Australia,
if you're ever in Australia and you want crisp chips, don't go to the KFC, mate, because they're well seasoned. But the best chips are at the Red Rooster.
That's not
Right?
true.
Have you been to?
That's not true.
Where do you like to get your chips?
No. The best chips are from Jester's, the pie shop. They have the best chips.
Jester's?
100%.
Jester's Pie Shop.
Yeah.
I'll have to talk to Greg at Greg's Kitchen. Do they have any gravy for the chips?
I don't like gravy with my chips. Gravy's an L.
Oh, well, that's not right, is it?
No.
And if you're having a chicken burger, do you put gravy on it? Or if you're having a tuna fish sandwich burger?
No.
He doesn't eat chicken burgers.
How many burgers? Did you know that all sandwiches are called a burger in Australia? There's a hamburger, there's a chicken burger, there's a falafel burger.
Yeah,
there's
that's
a peanut butter and jelly burger. Yeah, it's called a peanut butter and jelly burger, mate.
Because to us, a sandwich is sliced bread, not a bun. If you have a bun, it's a burger. I'm sorry. That's a burger.
So a hot dog is a burger?
Sandwich. No. Two buns between each other. Like a round bun sliced through the middle with food on it, with fillings. That's a burger. And then a sandwich is sliced bread. That's a sandwich. Like, it's ridiculous that you guys call your chicken sandwiches sandwiches. They're chicken burgers. You
just called it a chicken sandwich. You said it's ridiculous you call the chicken sandwich a burger. You know what it is.
Well,
you know what it is. A burger has minced meat.
He's being obtuse.
I'm not being obtuse. I'm just describing the things that you sell as what you describe them.
JC, and I am here to tell you a hamburger is a minced meat.
But
I'm being respectful to you because you can have a ground chicken burger. Yes. You can have a chicken fillet burger. That's a chicken sandwich because the burger is the ground meat.
No. The burger is the bun. The bun with the filling in between.
If I get two slices of bread, right, and then I put mustard on it, and then I put one slice of bologna, and then I cover it, that's a bologna burger?
That's a bologna sandwich.
Nah, it's a bologna burger if you put it in a burger roll, mate. If you put it in a burger roll, it's a burger.
Right? Yeah, slices of bread.
Yeah.
Slices of bread. That's a sandwich. Slices of bread.
You're talking about the shape of the... Okay, I see what you're saying.
You know, when you have
I see what he's saying.
A chicken Caesar pita burger.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
you know, when you have the chicken those Mexican sandwiches called burrito burger.
Buns. He's right.
Yes,
he's right.
They should
be
burrito
burgers. Who's right?
Should be a burger. Me.
JC's right.
Who, the Australian?
Yes.
The burger refers to the city of Hamburger, which is a city in Germany that minced meat. It's not in reference to the bun in any form, and that's the etymology of the word.
I don't care. Todd, I have a slight request from you. Is there any chance you'd be able to censor yourself? It makes editing so much easier because I always
you can't kiss
censor
mommy
yourself
if
in the
frame.
Because I always have to like crop you so that you're in the middle. Yeah, that's why.
Who thinks that ladies should start wearing these masks? Because it's kind of sexy, right? Like, just slap it on, no more makeup, and they can all just be like,
women,
you know what? Creeping around.
You're right. These women out here are deceiving us. They're wearing this makeup, and for who?
What is
for who? Lies is what it is. Lies.
Stop trying to trick me.
You know what we should bring back,
that they're trying to do?
What
we should bring back is masquerade balls. 100% we should bring back masquerade balls.
Yeah,
I'd be so down.
Right.
I agree.
I would go to them. I would go to them. I'd dress up.
Because you don't want a pig in a poke. Well, Time doesn't want to go to the masquerade ball, fall in love with a lady, and find out it's a pig in a poke.
I'm going to follow the dude. It's all of a sudden it's dark, and I'm making out with him.
It's going to be a dude. I mean, when I say a dude, it's a man.
Yeah.
Do you think it's like a slippery slope to Eyes Wide Shut? Like that?
Yeah.
Like that's okay. Which I'm not against.
If you live in Venice, I feel like they do that shit every weekend. I feel like if you're a Venetian, they're like always masquerading around.
Is that real?
Yeah.
I need to move to it.
Bring it back.
I need to move
to
bro. We're doing that every
Venice, dog. Yeah, what are you wearing to the masquerade is what the boys talk to at the end of Friday.
The thing I worry about is, you know, we have a masquerade ball. I vibe with this person. I'm like, oh shit, this little feminine thing right here, you know, is really getting me some vibes. I start touching, feeling, I start making out. They take their mask off. It's dark BMX. I've already committed. I can't stop.
You're in.
I got to keep going, you know? It's too much.
You can't be rude. You can't be rude.
No, you can't be rude at all.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
But also, you have to be real to your feelings because you were feeling that whole time.
I was.
You felt the bulges and you're like, yes, more, please. Like you're like,
more of that, please.
This vagina is extra plump. This vulva is a lot plumper than this clitoris is.
God, what are we
this
doing?
is a hard, strong clitoris, but I guess that's what we're doing.
Whoa.
Welcome
whoa,
to
whoa, whoa,
Clitoris
whoa.
Talk, the Saturday show about Australian clitoris.
Welcome to the Three
Sciences.
Grandmas podcast.
Mhm.
5 minutes
Amen.
in, we're introducing us. This is...
Crazy.
We are talking about a new movie. Well, not a new movie, a very old movie. But brand new movie just dropped.
Fresh off the line.
Scooby in
Fresh off the
2026.
press. Yeah, yeah. Well, it's an old movie, but we're talking about a new movie to us this week. This is a French film directed by Georges Fanju.
Bonjour, comment ça va? Je m'appelle Jessie.
Oui.
Oui.
But by the title of Les yeux sans visage. How was that? Was that? Did I nail that?
Fantastic.
Les
Translated-
yeux de visage.
Translated English as eyes without a face. And this was Time's choice. So
It was.
explain yourself.
So I forgot it was my movie pick. So I was panicking and trying to think
As
of
we
something to
do.
pick. Yeah, as we all do. And I thought to myself, you know what? There's a lot of people that pick movies on the on the Criterion Closet thing they have on YouTube. So I went to Oscar Isaac because I like him. And then there's a whole website that Criterion has where it logs everything that everyone's chosen. So I started going through that, and I see his, and I'm like, okay, well, there's one that has like a brother sister dynamic that I maybe might want to watch. So I put that on the back burner. I keep going, looking at different ones, and then I come across Mikey Madison, her picks, and I was drawn to them because she picked Gilda, which is I think my second favorite Rita Hayworth movie, and I love Rita Hayworth, so I was like, okay, she has great taste. And then I saw the cover for this movie, and I was immediately drawn in. And I kind of looked to see what it was about, and I was like, okay, you know what? I've read the little tagline. I'm good. This is what I want. Done. Flash forward to today. I went to watch that YouTube video of Mikey Madison picking these movies. She picked Gilda not because she liked it, but because the spine was pink and she was drawn to it, and she'd never seen the movie. So that was like shit. And
That's how the Criterion Closet works.
She was drawn to the pink spine again of eyes with no face, without a face.
Yeah.
And she's seen the cover and she's like, "Oh, this looks cool. I should watch this." And I was like,
Yeah.
She hadn't even seen the movie.
Let mommy drive.
Still,
So-
it got us
so-
to watch the movie. So
True.
She has
True.
good instincts, though.
For like judging a cover, I guess.
Well, if you lock somebody in a Criterion Closet with all the movies in the collection, you could close your eyes and pick a movie, and you'll be correct.
I've I've always
That's
wondered too, like you see this closet, it's super enclosed, and then you have all these movies, and it's like how they only have a certain amount of movies, and I'm sure they have to restock them, as people are taking them. But how many do they actually have to restock? But then I've seen enough to where they must have like a stack of 100 of the Cassavetes collection, because everyone goes and grabs that one. It's like, this is a great series. They keep grabbing that one, and the Wes Anderson one. They keep picking those ones.
Yeah. The also the Before trilogy as well, like Before Sunrise, Before Sunset. They always pick that one as well.
Yeah.
But no, this is a movie that came out in 1960, the same year as Psycho, interestingly. But no, this came out in France. It's a black and white film. I'm not sure if like black and white hadn't reached France at that point. Color TV hadn't reached France at that point, because color TV had been around for a while after, like, by this point. So I'm guessing the black and white was either an intentional choice or like a budget choice. Like, black and white cameras were a lot cheaper to film with than color ones at the time. But no, this is Eyes Without a Face, directed by Georges Fanju. I had seen the cover of this movie before. Like, that's like as much as I knew about this movie. I'd seen the cover. I'm pretty sure I've seen people pick it in the Criterion Collection as well. And that's about it. That's all I know about this movie. And clearly it's had a lot of influence, and I can tell. But Prag, had you heard of this movie before? Like,
I'd seen the images of this creepy lady creeping around in her mask, and never really, and have heard the title many times, and obviously, there's some reference to the Billy Idol song, which in some ways is, it's an homage to this. But it's like a movie. Like, one of the great things about this show is that we get to sit down and watch movies that we've heard of and classic movies that we may not otherwise attempt to view if we're just like picking a movie on a Friday night. So like this is great. And I thought it was fascinating. I'm glad we picked it.
It's interesting. It's a very simple movie. Very simple movie. Basically it's about a man who's a surgeon. His daughter was horribly disfigured in a car crash that he was driving, and basically this movie is about him trying to give her a new face, and he does that by how does he do that? How does he do that, guys?
Off.
It's no problem because he's trying to help people and he's a good guy and he's a hero and everyone is his enemy in this movie because he's simply just like kidnapping women and cutting their face off and inviting them to live in the mansion. And then, you know, he's got the dogs and they've got a lot of fun activities in their tiny enclosed cage. Like, who was more upset by the dogs than the ladies?
The dogs? I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, what was the point of the dogs?
He's experimenting on them. He's doing his weird fucking whatever, you know, just anytime he wants to fucking practice. And so like, and like the creepy thing was the enclosures for the dogs too, because you could tell they never left those fucking weird cages. It wasn't just like basic cages; they're like raw iron,
torture,
they were
like
cool.
raw, like old torture cages. Yeah,
but I also
sad.
I think it also kind of reflects like his psychology. Like this is how it's led him. Like obviously he was like capturing dogs and doing stuff on them because he didn't do it on people, and now he's leveled up. Now he's leveled up to people, sort of thing. So it kind of, and I think it also is kind of symbolic of her feeling trapped in this life, in the world, and you know when she lets them all. Spoilers. She lets them all free. She's letting herself free as well. Like it's kind of. She
let the dogs out.
She let the dogs out. That's right.
Who let the dogs out?
It's very simple symbolism.
Would
That's
you
what I mean.
Heard the Baja Men's Who Let the Dogs Out at the end when all the dogs were running out?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That would have saved the movie for me.
I would have loved if we could only use time travel one time in history, and this was for what was used for.
Useful.
Yeah.
Like adding,
the Baja Men go back and they
the Baja Men like crawl out of a portal.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, and then they start playing their song. It's okay. Fun.
I think the thing that makes this film kind of like special, at least from what I was reading, is the surgery stuff. Like that stuff was very looks like it was very influential. Like you look, even if you're just reading a Wikipedia article for the legacy of this movie, like it seems like a lot of artists were heavily inspired by that scene.
Definitely,
it's quite famous. That just the face stuff. Like I while I was watching it, go ahead.
I'm thinking of so many slasher films that use the like I think of Michael Myers right off Jump because he's got that because it's a very like the thing that's scary about the mask. It's not it's just a very like it's a type of mask that if you are passing somebody and you're not really looking at them, they could pass, right? But it's when you look at them and you notice
really
that none of their faces moving, it's like very unsettling. And like the great thing about this movie is how much fear and terror they could generate from, you know.
I don't know if I'd say fear, but I was definitely unsettled by her.
In 1960, this must have been scary as shit. Imagine if you're a woman in 1960 who sees this, who takes the bus and like is alone and like they're kidnapping people and cutting their faces off and trapping them in that house. It's kind of crazy, right?
It reminds me of the kind of unsettling feeling I had towards like the way Buffalo Bill like kidnaps people in Silence of the Lambs, like that kind of unsettling. And it, like, you know, anyone could be walking by. Like the fact that hitchhiking was such a prominent thing back then, like it was just such a normal thing to do.
When you hear the Curb the Enthusiasm theme in France in 1960, I mean, and a little car rolls up.
That was crazy.
You know, it's not Randy Newman to tell you short people have no reason. You're about to be kidnapped. That's what ruined it for me. And it's not the movie's fault that Larry David picked the same fucking song for Curb the Enthusiasm. But every time I heard that song, I'm like, oh, something funny's about to happen. Great.
For me, it reminded me of the Wicked Witch of the East when she was on the fucking broom. Like, that music.
Yeah. That's exactly right. So,
you know, I want to say this movie. You pick movies and you. I think I'm past the point of like wanting to or hoping that you guys like them, and I'm just praying that I like them, because then I feel like I wasted a pick, you know. So for this movie, it's do quick math here, 66 years old, I think. Yeah, 66 years old. There's the big surgery scene where they're doing the facial transplant, and everything about it is just not today. You know, like when he's cutting into her face, it's just a marker that he's
it's like
tracing around her face.
Thing.
Yeah.
You could tell, but
and then when they take her face off, finally, it is just like they smeared like red jelly on her face, because you can still see her face for a second.
But they quickly dissolve, which I think was smart. But yeah.
Tell me why, even knowing all those things, I was still screaming and squirming like crazy.
Yes.
It was
because
so
the idea that it's so easy to cut your face off, that the fact that if somebody just like gets you knocked out and they have a sharp enough knife, they can just cut your fucking face off and wear it, right? It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's
I think the real reason is like we'd seen this girl, like her face moving, and like she's a normal girl like throughout the movie beforehand. She's very pretty as well, so you don't want to see her get her face cut off.
And
like
once you got like the silicone like little layer over it, and they're like manipulating it and moving it, and it's like moving up and down. So good.
And it's so methodical too. Like each piece, like they clamp this one, he's like grabs another one, clamp that part, grab another one.
Great makeup.
It's horrifying.
So good.
It reminds me of like the legacy of this movie. Like it reminds me of the kind of stuff in like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like with the mask, and I think there's a scene in the
Leatherface.
There's even a scene in the new one where he holds you don't like the new one, time, but he holds the face up to the sun, and it looks exactly like it does in this movie. It's like, ugh. And I also am brought back to like Brazil. Like there's a scene in Brazil where there's like a face sort of surgery scene, or they're
Psycho too.
Yeah. I mean, Psycho came out the same year, but yeah.
There's I want to say either 2011, 2001. I can't remember what year it was. I want to say it's 2011. When DC relaunched all their comics.
I was going to mention this. They
started it with a new arc where the Joker cut his face off and like just re-put it back onto his own face. But he like stapled it, and it was.
He's like a janitor, right?
It's so off-putting. It is like just the creepiest. It is probably the creepiest version of Joker that they've created.
I didn't know about that.
Insane looking.
That's cool.
I think that the big reveal at the end of the first issue, I think, is they find Joker's face like against a wall, and it's just the skin hanging there.
Oh my god!
So he doesn't have a face, and you see him at some points. Well, that looks just like tendons and blood and this and that, whatever. And you just at some point he gets his skin back, and he puts his face back on. Yeah, right there, just like that.
God.
He gets this, but look, it's stretched. It's like he doesn't put it back on right, so it's just stretched and it's all weird looking. But that is so good.
That's great.
Heavily inspired by this.
It's so cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say was though, they also they took inspiration from this in the Gotham show, because I think he does that, or at least the guy that's like the Joker.
Supposed to be Joker.
They can't officially call him the Joker because they don't have the rights to it. They do the same thing where he cuts his face off and he's like got his face pinned back and everything. Like clearly this has had
the face off
influence.
Also. The movie Face Off.
Huge influence.
Like John Woo literally said, I'm pretty sure there's a quote from him saying that he like specifically. Wait, here it is. DVD film reviews have suggested the film influenced director John Woo. Critics have compared the graphic detail of the face transplant scene in Woo's action film Face Off to the face transplant scene in Eyes Without a Face. Like it's very similar. And not just that, but the use of white doves in his film is similar. It's very. Yeah.
I was telling Flame about Face Off after this. I was like, Prag was streaming earlier, and then I told him, I made a joke in the stream. I said, just to let you know, this movie is not a prequel to Face Off. And then I was explaining the plot kind of to Face Off to Flame, and I just sounded like a crazy person because that movie is like
insane. Movie. That movie's nuts.
They swap faces, but then they don't really swap faces. but then John Travolta's acting like Nick Cage, and then Nick Cage acting. It's a mess, but it works, and it's an awesome movie.
Yeah, it is awesome. I saw it in the movie
seeing,
theaters.
I remember seeing
and
a
like
short.
Tyson bit off the ear of
what a good night
Holyfield.
that is. Holy shit.
We watched that fight, and then we saw the premiere of that movie when it
That's
launched.
awesome.
It was good.
I remember seeing like a YouTube short of a guy like making the case that they should have had like 50 face-off sequels by now, where like you just get different like weird celebrities and have them play each other, and just like in each sequel you have a different, like you get Crispin Glover, like the weirdest dude ever, and like someone else, like, you know, and they play each other.
How they not remade it by now?
We could do that on the Golden Banana. We could literally do that with our cast on the Golden Banana, where we have faces off, and then Lance could use all the credits to do the face work too. We could have close-ups of our faces and actually do the overlays,
like with the skin stretching, and
we would have to green screen our faces. Yeah, we'd paint ourselves green
face. Yeah.
Oh my god!
You know, you get like a rubber green mask, and like you put Corey's face on the thing.
I mean, you could buy like one of these plastic masks and just paint it green and just wear it,
and then put like someone else's face on there. Like that'd be.
You could spray paint a white mask. You could get a spray paint and Krylon. You could like Krylon the green on the white. Has anyone ever done that?
I don't know.
I have to ask AI.
That sounds like a lot.
But I will say, like even though like that's obviously that surgery scene is like the big like scene that this movie like has influence, but the mask scenes where she's walking around the house.
Oh my god!
Like
she's a creep, bro.
I don't think it's just like the fact that she's wearing a mask, but the way that actress moves. Like, what's her name? Edith.
I call her Gina the Creeper because that's what she is. Gina the Creeper.
Edith Scope.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, the way she walks and the way she moves her eyes, like she doesn't
like a ghost.
Like her eyes don't just dart to something. Her eyes like move, because you know, like naturally our eyes, when we focus on something and then we focus on something else, it doesn't move continually across, like it jumps. But her eyes, when she moves to something, like her eyes go, do you know what I'm saying? Like they slowly move to something, and then they go like this, and then they look down like that. Like the way she uses her eyes is freaky, and I don't think she blinks the whole movie. I was watching. I don't think she blinks.
She does a great job. She sells the creepiness because if the actor is doing it isn't, you know, like she sells it, like the way she moves, the way she's always creeping up on people, and like she's touching the face of the next victim, and like, but then there's the sweetness of her. Like there's some foreshadowing when she's like being kind to the animals that are being kept. And like then you kind of say like, oh, like she may be the redeemer at the end, and eventually she is.
There's a scene that I want to point out, because you know she has this crazy mask on, and I feel like there's two different masks, by the way. I feel like there's the first one they show her that's like the actual mask, and then the second one it looks like it's really like almost like paper mache onto her face. It was like super tight on her face. But it was, there's no expression. All it is in the eyes, and obviously you said fantastic work with just the eyes. But after you see her the first time with the mask, they go do other things, and then you see her again, and I think that's when they get the girl and they take her in the house.
Yeah, after her face is like they've done the thing and it hasn't worked. Is that what you're referring to?
It's before that. No, it's before that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's when they chloroform the girl and they bring her in.
Yeah.
As they're taking her through the house to the main area to do the surgery, she comes out of a room, and then you see her descend down multiple stairs and go down, like, you know, like creepily watching whatever. But as she's coming down, there's shadows everywhere. There's light beaming from certain places, and
that's
as she's doing it,
Frankenstein.
Her face
is this Frankenstein. This movie,
maybe her face is like it's contorting because the shadow is hitting it in certain ways, and it's just looking all weird. And it was like that whole scene of her coming down was just perfection. Just the way it was lit, it was so good.
Like, the only time I've seen that face stuff like this is in Twilight Zone, where there's a couple Twilight Zones where they have like the reveal of like somebody goes in to have surgery and then they unwrap it and this like grotesque pig face or whatever.
That reveal was cool too.
This
I was
movie
surprised they
reminded me
showed
of
that.
Frankenstein in some ways
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I was surprised they showed like her face without the mask.
They
I thought
showed
were
it, but
gonna
then
keep
I
it.
love the way that they blurred it to where you
Blurred
couldn't get a
it,
clear.
yeah.
I love that.
Right. And then
And
how
they zoomed
about
out.
when they do fix her face finally and they're like, oh, everything's great
Oh,
and you
yeah.
can move out and change your name. Isn't that going to be fun? Don't smile because she's still doing the whole creepy thing where she's
Yeah.
like no expression. And then they show I love how they do the photographs of her face like dying
Oh,
again.
that was so
Deteriorating, yeah.
crazy.
And then you see the hope, like each photo is like she's getting sadder and
Mhm.
sadder as she
Crisis.
realizes
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
there's no way out of this. That
'Cause
was fire.
I will remember I was watching it, and like I've seen pictures of actual successful like face transplants. And
You had
like,
a face transplant, didn't you, JC?
Oh yeah,
It
yeah,
looks
yeah.
much
That was
better.
a while
Yeah.
ago. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's
Okay.
healed up. But like I remember seeing them, and they look bizarre. Like I'm
Yeah.
sorry to people who have had like face transplants. Apologies, but
Wow.
they do look. They do look like they do.
It's not
look
good enough, mate, is
uncanny.
it?
They
Nah,
do
it's
look
not good
uncanny.
enough, is it, JC? You don't look right, and you shouldn't have it. Put a bag on your face, mate. You don't have to have a skin transplant. How much does that cost the National Health Service?
I don't know, but I will say, like, I remember reading about it, and like, basically, the skin either accepts the new graft or it doesn't, and the way they know that it doesn't
So crazy,
is it
yeah.
starts. It's like the skin starts dying, and they start having like necrosis, like she does. So I was wondering, watching this, I was wondering, are they going to go into that? And they do.
Mhm.
They completely do. I was
Yeah.
like, wow, they know their stuff. Like they And I love that the doctor like he looks at the face and he instantly knows that it hasn't worked. He's like, I failed. That doctor,
Right.
what a weirdo, by the way. Like that guy, that
Yeah.
performance. He's so like what's the word? Just like no
Stoic.
expression, stoic.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
It's kind of like she is. Like all the emotion has been drained away from this weird little family.
Complete
And then they have
psychopath.
the nurse. And then how about the nurse lady who was like had her face saved or whatever? And so now she's like his assistant,
His
right?
assistant,
His Igor, his Frankenstein's Igor or something. Like she's really the one who makes everything work, because if like you don't have her, then you can't do the kidnapping, because she's the one that the young ladies trust to follow. And so, like, she might be the most evil one in this film.
Well, yeah. I mean, she's the most like detached. It seems like there's a moment where she's
She
like
thinks she's
upset.
doing a good thing, I think.
Yeah, but like
But,
how? How could you think that?
I don't know. Like kidnapping somebody and then like doing this against their will, and their families don't know where they are. Like, how could anyone think this is a good thing?
She must be into it. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like that's the vibe I got, is that she was into.
Do you think
the
there's like some kinky stuff happening with the doctor and the nurse lady after hours that they couldn't show in
Maybe.
1960? Maybe in the sequel.
Yeah, I don't know, but she seemed
I think
game
so.
for all of it.
She's a freak dog.
She seemed a little bit apprehensive at the start. Like whenever they went to the grave, the tomb, that's when she
Right.
got upset. But like otherwise,
Cry
she
baby
was
bully.
cry bully. Other than that, she seemed fine with it. Like throughout.
Scene really sold the reveal to me.
Mm.
Because you have the doctor and he's missing his daughter, and they find a woman who's been killed or murdered, whatever, which the nurse did it. So it's like, okay, whatever. So then they find it, whatever. They find the woman dead. The doctor goes, confirms it's his daughter. And then there's a guy outside that's like, "Oh, I'm missing my daughter," and he's like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm completely sure, whatever." And that's just like kind of left hanging. I'm like, "Well, that's weird, whatever." And then
Fascinating, yeah.
you go to the funeral and the monastery and that whole scene, whatever. And then he goes back home, and then he starts talking to like this girl, and you're like, "Well, who is this?" And then he slowly start revealing, like what's going on. And then he shows the fucking the certificate, and he's like, "I just put your name on it." And like I know you're
dead.
weird seeing that. And I was like, "Oh, it was that guy's daughter! Holy shit!"
I think Time could play that doctor. I think Time could play that character. He could.
Oh God, I hope
he
so.
could
yeah.
just
That'd
like
be great.
take the emotion out and just like be walking. He's just kind of like walking around. He's like going through the day. He's like getting the dogs. He's got to. He's using the chloroform. He's just like
Yeah. The
Nice and
doctor.
easy.
I don't know. Have you guys seen the Human Centipede series? Like those
No,
movies?
I haven't.
So
I'm afraid to watch it. It's too scary.
guy in this movie literally, to me, comes across as like a cross between the Doctor in the first one and the dude in the second one. Like those two characters put together, like make this Doctor. Like it's just the way, it's very like he's very clinical, but then he's like facial expressions and stuff, like the little freak mouth, the face.
Dr. Moreau. Remember the island of Dr. Moreau? Where, you know, it's the classic trope of the insane, you know, Frankenstein's monster. Like, again, you know, like this is classic trope.
This movie was re-released. Like it was released in France in French, but then it was re-released in the US, like in English, like dubbed over. And they retitled it "The Horror Chamber of Dr. Faustus." They just gave him a new name. That was
the Horror Chamber of Dr. Faustus. Is kind of fire.
Wow.
What is the horror chamber? I'm guessing it's the surgery room, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
It's all of the fucking weird shit he's got in that beautiful home. The other thing about that, like when they talk about the suburbs, I'm thinking of like Ventura County. I'm thinking about like track houses and ranches. That fucking, like, they don't make houses like that anymore. Imagine like owning a house like that you bought for a reasonable price in the 60s. It must be worth so much money. It just looks like a little mansion. It's just, but like this is the thing. The mansions in the US are like shit. They're McMansions. They're all the same shit redone. Like this looks like a place like a fucking emperor lives in, even though it's pretty relatively small.
Yeah. The other thing that I thought was really interesting is just how lax he is with like incriminating stuff. Like,
he's really sloppy.
There's the scene where he walks like the first time he walks out of the chamber and the daughter with the mask goes down. He just leaves the door open like in his garage, and then she walks out. I was like, he's so chill. And I didn't realize
because he's like, crazy. Maybe that's why, because he's detached.
And I don't know if it was meant to be a reveal or something, but I didn't realize that his house was like across the street from the
I didn't realize that till the end too.
Until the end. And he walks out in his like doctor's garb into the clinic, and I was like, they're going to be so sus of you walking in your... They're going to be like, what are you doing in your house? Yeah.
Nobody questions an authority figure in 1960. Like if you're the head of the clinic, everyone just like does what you tell them, and you're like, God.
I also feel like, and the fact that they used this poor woman who like was done for shoplifting
for bait,
for bait.
I know, like the police, and they don't even follow her, and they're like, "Oh, did she come out of here? Oh, okay, never mind. I guess we've lost her. Like she's dead now, I guess."
Something else involving her. Oh, I'm sorry, Jesse.
No, I was gonna say like, and they picked her because she was pretty, right? Like that, and she was like they knew they picked her. She was pretty, and they knew that the doctor would be into. Like, well, not into her, but
they know like Dr. Faustus.
But that's what I wanted to bring up right there.
Go, John.
So they picked her because she follows the profile of the missing woman, which is blue eyes and brown hair. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, why does that matter when he's just ripping the face off? Like,
I literally wrote in my review,
he likes to like what he's doing. He wants to enjoy the process. He doesn't want to work on a blonde. Okay?
But then they dye her hair blonde after that.
Yeah, but he's just removing their face, so why does it matter? And the eyes.
Make any sense.
Yeah. Like I literally wrote in my review, like for Eyes Without a Face. I was like,
maybe just for the audience.
I was like, if he just needed their faces, why was he picky about them being blue-eyed blondes? Is he stupid?
Yeah.
Like,
well, because I think they want to scare the audience, and if they're like the targets of the audience is like the women, and like, oh, they're expanding the fucking net.
I would guess.
Like, I'm trying to watch this movie from the perspective of someone from 1960 who never saw anything scary, and there wasn't scary movies really. There was like silly like giant ants and stuff
that came out the same.
Yeah, but this came out the same year. But like, they weren't really balling out like that in the 50s, and so like 1960 seems to be like when we started to get real fucking serious about scaring people. And I appreciate that. This must have really freaked out people.
Oh yeah,
right.
100%. But no, he was. So my explanation like is that it's kind of like a psychological thing, like because his daughter's blonde and blue eyes,
right? Yeah.
Like he had to see his daughter in the other person, right? To choose them, you know what I mean? So if it was like a dark-haired girl with like brown eyes, he wouldn't pick them because he doesn't see his daughter in them, sort of thing. Like, I think that's kind of like where it comes from, but kind of just like and you know, he walks in the doctor's garb with all of this you know stuff on, and then they just kind of ignore it. I feel like they're going for themes here. Like they're talking. I feel like they're going for like, you know, like the value of women kind of thing is only in their, in their beauty, in their faces, and like rather than like their material, like I feel like that's what they're trying to. There's a sort
they're
of
like
theme
mannequin
there.
people. They're like mannequin people
He
that
looks
move.
like a mannequin. She looks like a mannequin.
All,
yeah,
they're all like, and even the cops and like everyone in this movie is kind of like
dismissive. Yeah,
just like no passion.
Yeah, at all, which I think is fascinating. There's something else I wanted to say, but I'll let you guys.
I'm going to give this movie negative points. It loses points because there's multiple scenes where she's just rolling around on the carpet and on the pillow, and there's just no residue left over on it.
Oh,
she doesn't have her mask on.
Oh yeah. There's never any blood or anything. Yeah,
everything's just
and also
completely white.
All the dogs that are trying to kill the guy at the end, they're just playing. It's like they're the meanest dogs in the whole village.
I'm sure she's not still bleeding though. Like, how long has she had the accident? I'm sure it's healed.
I feel like if I had all that
face,
yeah, right. It's like an open. I don't even understand how that would work. Wouldn't that scab over? Wouldn't that skin start like hardening to? I don't know, JC. JC, can we try that on you and see what happens? No.
This movie was like, I don't want to say it, but it was oddly comforting to watch.
Whoa.
It was chill. It was relaxing because the vibe was very calming.
It was such a good... Yeah.
I was like, oh... It put you in like a haze or
it started kind of slow, but I was okay with that, And then by the time the movie's over, I'm just like, it's been 90 minutes, a short movie. Yeah. But, I mean... I love this movie. I loved every minute of it.
I also love how simple it is.
I enjoyed it too.
You don't need like a lavish plot, like layers, and it's so simple. Like, and I love that. Like there's a few characters, and like the situation is what's fascinating about it.
They let the actors do the work of selling the
performances are great
story instead of like
Mm-hmm.
now it would be special effects. There would be fucking demons jumping out of the painting. There'd be some fucking craziness,
and then even
constantly
the death scene with the nurse when the daughter kills the nurse.
Right?
You don't have like just blood coming out everywhere.
That was the best cute girl summer killing of all time.
Done.
The cute girl
she was dead.
Summer stabbing.
Yeah,
it's like boop, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Boop. Yeah, it's adorable. Like mini mommy meal.
Do you reckon we could add this to the Good for Her cinematic universe? Like the
100%. Yeah.
Good 100%. For her. Good for her.
Just welcome in right in the gates. Just get in there.
Yeah. Get in there. No, I agree. I thought it was just like mesmerizing.
It's low key a revenge movie. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh,
yeah.
100%.
It mesmerized. It was mesmerizing, and I think that is a credit to someone who understands how to lay something out with patience and not in a hurry and with confidence. Like that's what you get from a confident direction. Is that okay? It's gonna lay out like this, and like you just have to trust it. And then as things happen, and you say, okay, that makes sense, and that works, and so you're like, you gain more trust and you become more relaxed. Because the best thing a real good director can do is get the audience to relax and let it happen, and so they're not thinking about the last scene and what they fucked up or what's going to happen next because that was bad, and the trust that is engendered is very very important.
I agree. Yeah, I also like the scenes where we actually see him be a doctor, and like there's the kid that's sick, and like during that whole sequence, I was like, is the kid is he gonna do something with the kid? Like,
you have to thought too. Yeah,
I was like, is he gonna because the last one didn't work, he's gonna put like kid DNA in there?
Oh my god,
I don't know. I didn't know what was happening.
I was like,
what
is the kid's face for?
She takes two kids' faces on one face.
Yeah.
Like you take one here, you put one here. Yeah, okay.
Just him knowing he's this like. Yeah, knowing he's just.
Why did they use that device? Why was the kid there? Like they never came back. They just had that one scene.
He's checking all the patients. That's it.
And so it just wanted to show that he was like mostly like he's really science minded. He's crazy, but he actually thinks he's trying to do the right thing, and he's just trying to be methodological, and he's lost the plot.
But I also
why
think
science exists is to do good for humanity.
Not just that, but I also think part of it is he's like we know who he is and we know what he does at that point. We have that information. So him like treating a kid and sitting next to a kid is just unsettling, I think. Just like that image of him sitting on the bed and treating this kid, I'm like, he's a psycho. He needs to stay away from him. I think it was meant to be unsettling.
Pretty sure it happened before this, but there's a scene where he has one of the dogs and it's laid out and there's like a patch of its skin that's like shaved and he's like looking at, and I'm thinking like, is he gonna like use the skin on his daughter? But then I thought later, I was like, is he gonna put that kid's face on the dog?
Yeah,
the dog's like abdomen.
Yeah,
that's what they would do in 2026 though. That's how fucking stupid it would get.
And then I had some sense of like, I don't want to say hope because I think it's the wrong thing, but like I thought the movie was heading in a different direction when he when he did the test on the girl on the bait, and I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna find something, and then he's gonna be like, well, we got to keep you here, and then he's like, there's nothing here, release her, and then I was like, oh, she's good, and then she gets fucking kidnapped. I was like, damn it!
But no, he's sitting at the desk, and you can clearly see like. He's like, okay, I'm gonna have to pick her. I'm gonna have to pick her. Yeah. And like, obviously, immediately after the scene cuts, he calls up his assistant and goes, "Hey, intercept her, grab her." But no, just kind of the.
But he lets her go in the middle of the night too. By the way.
Yeah, because they could creep up on her in the night. That's why if they leave her in the day, people might see what happened.
Go ahead, leave, make a left, and you'll find, I think she's like 15 minutes. 15 minutes, you'll find a bus, and I'm like, what?
What? That's
that's how they ran shit back in the day, though.
Walk 15 minutes, then, like in the dark.
Oh, great! They just got out of the hospital. I'm gonna like walk around in the dark.
See, that's what I mean. I feel like there's themes cropping up here of like the kind of way that society kind of sideswipes women and like I don't know. It just feel I got that vibe. I feel like it's trying to say something.
Well, what's the message though? At the end, she liberates herself, and she's not a prisoner anymore. She kills the lady. She she releases the dog. Doesn't kill him directly. She opens the door, but she takes her own power and she moves forward based on her ability. She stopped waiting for the fucking fucked up people around her to change or do something better, and she did it herself. And that's.
How did the doctor die? How did he die? I'm trying to remember.
The dog. You hear the dogs barking.
Yeah.
The dogs
fucked up by dogs.
Kissed him too much.
She's walking out of the little tunnel like a Disney princess with the doves on her. And
I want to see the sequel.
Shit all over her hand, which is making me like crack up.
Yeah. So
but that was
cool.
a cool image, though. The way they did it, it was creepy. It was scary. It was creepy too because she still has the face, and then I also want to like, what did she do next? And like, she just like cook up in Paris, and
it reminded me
interesting.
It reminded me weirdly enough of Blade Runner as well. I don't know if you've seen the ending of Blade Runner.
The robotic part of it is interesting. That's interesting, JC.
Yeah,
that Blade Runner is kind of like the mannequin people in this are kind of like the robots in Blade Runner.
Yeah.
There's a good turn too. I liked in this movie where in the middle of it, she gets the face transplant, and she does have some sense of happiness, and she's some normalcy. And then obviously you get the necrosis thing where she has to get the face taken off, so she gets it taken off, and then she realizes that it has to do it. They have to do it again, and I think it hits her like, well, it worked the first time, but it wasn't worth it. And now something's going to happen to another girl. It's definitely not worth it. And then she pleads for the nurse to kill her, and she's at her lowest. And then you flash forward to the end where she's liberating herself and finding. I don't know if it's jumping to conclusions real quick, but like finding self-worth. But at least just getting out of that situation where she's just not there anymore, which is like the best thing for her. But I don't know what happens after that. That's a whole. I don't
know if you guys have seen a movie called Johnny Got His Gun, which is like that Metallica video. One uses those clips from that movie. It's about World War One and a guy who has no arms, legs, face, and can't hear, see, and so they keep him alive. And it's him trying to. The whole book is about him trying to express to the people around him that he wants to be put to death.
Oh my God,
this is crazy, and it's a great novel. It's an anti-war novel. It's an amazing story. Johnny Got His Gun. And like the Metallica video actually does a pretty good job of clipping the major sections of the movie. So you get a pretty good summary if you just watch that.
Yeah, I remember those scenes in my head.
And then like the only reason, the existential horror is what that is. Like what, like the fear of actually, what if somebody did cut your fucking face off? What if you had no way to hear, see, taste, but you were still alive, and you had no arms or legs, and you were just a torso and a head in a bed, and so, right. So eventually uses Morse code to signal kill me, right? And finally, you know, I won't spoil the end, but I feel like that has a lot of corollaries to the imprisonment fear, because like you're imprisoned in your own body in this movie. Like she's trapped because she's afraid of the perception people have, obviously, if she walks around with no face. But like he's, you know, you're like there's something you can do in your own body to get away from things that are imprisoning you in reality. You can move your body, you can move yourself somewhere else. But if your body becomes the prison, then you have to move yourself intellectually and emotionally. And like a lot of prisoners go through shit like this too, where they have to spend years and years and years in prison. And if you don't liberate yourself in your mind, then, you know, like the lady that they experimented on that jumped out the window.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
that's how it ends.
Awesome. I mean, I don't have much more to say. I like, you know, honestly,
the existential dread part that reminds me of this book. I never read it.
Read the book.
It's just the title of the book that just frightens the hell out of me, and it's by Harlan Ellison, called "I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream."
Yeah, there you go.
That is just a terrifying title in itself. Like that just brings up so many images in my head. I'm like, oh my god.
Twilight Zone the movie. Remember Twilight Zone the movie, where the kid has telekinesis, and so the whole family's terrified, and then one girl kept yapping too much, and he just took her fucking mouth, and like they have that scene where he goes to the thing, and it's just like her staring at the wall. That scene freaked me out as a kid so much. That was the scariest scene in the whole movie, just because like you could see the terror, the look in her eyes, right? You know, it's fucked up. The body horror is very scary because we all have bodies, and so we can relate.
I'm pretty sure there's a movie called Hush that Mike Flanagan directed about a woman who's like, it's a home invasion movie. It's about a woman who's deaf and she can't hear the guy like that's invading her home. He wears a mask exactly like this. And again, that mask is very unsettling. It's like I just feel like it's kind of the non-movement, the featureless thing that is just terrifying. But yeah,
I love that mask too, by the way. I loved it so much.
So creepy.
It's very good. And it did everything because it was strangely beautiful at the same time as being terrifying.
They could have wrapped her. I mean, they did it the first girl. They could have wrapped her in bandages. You know, they could have put like you know, one avant-garde and put like a triangle on her head. They could have done all these different things, you know, to elicit some type of response. But they did the most uncanny valley, you know, like I see it, but I don't see it. My brain can't process it. Thing they could have done, and it worked to perfection.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
Iconic. Like when you think about movies that are iconic, like I think of almost 90% of slasher movies are in some homage to the way this lady character acts with the face,
with the eyes,
just like the lack, like the disunification of humanity from of something that appears human is also very off-putting, and I think they use that in android movies a lot too, where like in Alien or like any of the newer AI movies where they look exactly human, but there's just something
a little bit
slightly off, and that's very powerful.
Yeah, I'm ready for final thoughts if you guys are.
Yes, I am.
I'll go first. I'm glad you picked this movie, Time. I loved it. I don't know if I have a huge amount to say besides like this movie is very ethereal. It's very it's slow moving, but it's a nice quick 90 minutes. It's very simple, but it's like very unsettling and horrifying and gorgeously shot. And I love all the performances, especially from Edith Sculp. I think this is fantastic. Obviously the influence of this movie can't be understated. The surgery scene is just, I mean, I've been watching The Pit like recently. The surgery stuff in that show is crazy. But no, this made me, even though this is like an old movie from the 1960s, like it still made me squirm and go, ugh. I think because of the way that it sets it up with the girls, and yeah, I think it's really good. Really good movie. Everyone should see it. 85 out of 100. I'm going to give it.
Nice. All right. Yeah, this is a very, very good movie. And if people are consider themselves film fans and movie fans, there's certain movies that people should see for historical purposes, just to see, and because like this is a movie that makes you realize that everything in art is a continuum of the last artist, that artists you don't even know are influencing you, and we probably don't know the people who influenced the person, or if the director wrote this or not, but he may have been very much inspired by medieval art or paintings or other visage type materials, right? And so yeah, definitely go see this. Criterion Collection is always a banger. You can just see like the actors all did, like there's a lot of stage actors and stuff who made their money on the stage and had to do film, or sometimes did film but really didn't make money doing it. And you can see the quality of the actors are so profound. Like you can see the eye work that like this character did from behind the mask, and it's phenomenal. So I give it a 90, and yeah, everyone go see it. Go Knicks. Knicks in 5, pussy.
Good.
I absolutely love this movie. I think it was fantastic. I think it was great. There's a movie we watched recently where we talked about how the movie was it was House, the Japanese House. It was how they had a vision, they made that movie, and you can tell it was authentic in what they wanted to make. You know, in that film, and I feel like this gave me the same vibes. It was what they wanted to make. They portrayed it how they wanted to. They, you know, it's. I can't even say they were limited with what they had, because I think we just got their vision. I don't think there was any, you know, room for improvement or other things they could have done. I think this was just a banger movie. It was just perfectly shot. The shadows in itself were a character that I absolutely loved. All the actors in this movie were fantastic. The lead actress was phenomenal. Her eyes were so good as far as just emoting everything that you would feel inside of her sadness and her desperation and the darkness that was just consuming around her. This was a fantastic movie. I always wonder why certain movies are picked for Criterion, whether or not I get them or not, whatever. But I like to think that Criterion has, like, you know, it's a work of art that should be encapsulated and held forever. And I think this movie probably jumps into one of my favorite movies of all time. It is deservingly deservingly fitting of the Criterion label, and I'm going to give it a 90. I wasn't going to give it like an 80 to 85, but just talking with you guys more and more, it just made me just really appreciate it and love it more. So yeah, it's going to be a 90 for me. Yeah.
Do you think the Golden Banana will be released on the Criterion Collection in 30 years?
Yeah, the box set. Yeah, box set's
yeah.
Gonna be.
What did you
it
give
won't
it,
not initially.
No, not initially.
I gave it a 90.
90. Cool. Awesome. Yeah.
And
were you guys upset when Snoopy cut off Garfield's face and
Mikey
then
Madison
put it
also
on
for this pick?
Garfield, when the scene when Snoopy takes Garfield's face and cuts it off, and then Garfield cuts Snoopy's face off, and they're in the same room, and they take their hands and they put it on the
one has a
face.
bigger nose, though, right?
But it works because they put it on the face, and like they're right there in the same room, and they're like, "Oh my God, you're me," and I'm like, "I'm not Greg, you're Greg," and it's great.
Now I'm thinking of
classic Greg.
It was a classic Greg moment.
Like that, you're discussing like animals, like taking other animals' faces off. I'm now thinking
Garfield's cartoon.
I'm now thinking of Happy Tree Friends. You guys ever watch that?
Oh God, that's so old. God damn.
Oh my God, dude.
What a flash from the past.
I don't know. Remind me.
It's not children's, but it's an animated. Well, it's made to look like a children's animated series. Basically, it's about this insane squirrel that like has PTSD from the war, and he kills all of his bunny friends and stuff. There's a scene in one of them where he just like rips the bunny's face off, and it's like horrifying. Horrified me as a kid.
I bet.
I don't know, this just sounds.
I don't think it holds up. I don't
Yeah.
think so. I don't think it holds up.
You don't think Happy Tree Friends holds up?
I think so.
No.
It was insane.
Interesting. Maybe we have to remake it with better graphics.
So, but before we get into like what we've been watching, I actually want to reveal what we're doing next week. Because you were talking about Mikey Madison, so I'm going to do a little bit of a connection there. So recently, a trailer came out with Mikey Madison in it.
Almost looks unrecognizable in that movie too.
What is that?
Yeah,
what trailer?
It has Mikey Madison and Jeremy Allen White,
Jeremy Strong,
Michael Madsen, and Mikey Madsen would be sick.
And Jeremy,
Michael's dead.
Give Jeremy Strong the Oscar now.
Jeremy Strong, yes, and he is playing one of our favorite people on the planet, everyone's favorite guy, Mark Zuckerberg. Now, listen, I watched that trailer. I think Jeremy Strong looks fantastic in this movie. Like I think he has all of just from the few clips we've seen, all of the mannerisms and
the voice though.
The voice as well. He sounds exactly like Mark Zuckerberg. It's actually crazy. But
Mark Zuckerberg.
I'm worried about the movie because it's not directed by David Fincher. It's directed by Aaron Sorkin, who I don't think is a very good director. He's a great writer, but not a very good director. I did not like the trial of the Chicago 7 at all. And I look at the trailer and it just from a color standpoint, from a lighting standpoint, from I don't know. I want to see what the movie does, but it just doesn't look like it has the source that the film that we're going to be talking about next week, The Social Network, has. Directed by David Fincher, starring Jesse Eisenberg.
It's a Finchy.
It has Andrew Garfield in one of his first performances, which is crazy. And Justin Timberlake as well. Dakota Johnson in one of the early performances as well. She's in one scene. And Rooney Mara as well. This is directed by David Fincher, written by Aaron Sorkin.
The dialogue is very Sorkin.
You are muted, Prag. I cannot hear you.
I just want to know if you guys know Dakota Johnson.
I love
because
Dakota
I would like
Johnson.
to meet her.
Do
you know her?
Personally, I wish.
I have a potential role for her on Grouchy the Clown. No big deal.
Okay, cool. She'd probably be down for that. I'm pretty sure she played on Jimmy Fallon. She did one of his games, and she played a clown called Bubbles. So
yeah, she would be down.
She'd be down. She's down for a lot, including Madam Web. So. No, I'm excited to talk about The Social Network. I haven't seen the movie in quite a while, but every time I watch it, I always find myself watching clips from the movie on YouTube just because it's
that's how I am with Moneyball.
Which is also written.
Can I just talk about Dakota Johnson
Sorkin.
again? I just think that she has this beguiling femininity that I can't really put my finger on.
Have you watched? Did you watch the 50 Shades movies, Prac? Were you a fan of those? Yeah.
I mean, research.
Right.
Yeah, right. Did you watch Suspiria, the remake, the 2018 remake?
I haven't seen the remake, and I need to. That's on my long-term list.
She's great in that.
Okay.
But yeah, what have you guys been watching?
I've been watching the World Cup, USA in 5 pussy, and I've been watching the NBA Finals, and we're having a great time because everyone's cooking, and that's it. Time?
I am watching also the World Cup. Let's go fucking Mexico. Let's do this. Do it for the world.
Go where? They can barely fucking score.
Shut up. We won. It doesn't matter. I started watching a new show on Apple TV called Cape Fear.
Oh, yeah.
Well, with Javier.
I want to watch that.
Javier Bardem.
I watched the movie recently.
The movie's great.
I haven't seen the movie.
Oh, God. The De Niro version is nuts.
Well, I'm going to skip the show because it's boring.
Skip the...
Oh, no.
You don't like it?
I think there should be a hard rule where if you're going to remake a movie, I think you need to keep it as close to a movie length as possible. So maybe 4 episodes.
Right.
But this is 10 episodes and they're an hour long each. So that's a lot of filler.
Did you like Fargo though? Did you like Fargo?
I've never seen Fargo.
Oh, okay.
You haven't seen Fargo.
But the TV show is just an expanse of the universe, right? It's not like the actual. It's not the movie, right?
No. It's not doing the plot.
No,
again.
Fargo, the TV series has independent stories that are just setting the vibe. It's just setting the vibe, which is great.
Which should be fine.
Which makes you drop in.
But this is. I think this is legit. Just remaking the movie and expanding it for 10 episodes, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, there's a 50s version and there's the 90s version with De Niro. Both of them are just 90-minute stories, and it's if you're gonna expand something like that, that's a great opportunity, but you really have to bring it to make those storylines as interesting as the story you're famous for.
I might give it another episode, but it's not great. Amy Adams is in it. She's fine. Javier Bardem is in it. He's good. He's I think he's overacting a little bit, but he's good. He's charismatic in it. But everything else past that is just kind of boring, and it's just It just feels
Please
like a
see the
paint by
De Niro
numbers like
version.
thriller. It just didn't feel right.
See the movie. Please see the movie.
I'm definitely watching the movie.
Robert De Niro
Movie's good.
transforms his body, and like he is one of the most terrifying villains, and like nobody saw it coming. It was such an amazing performance. I think he was nominated and maybe won.
Is that the scene where he's laughing in a movie theater? Is that where that movie that one's from?
I don't want to spoil any of the fucking fucked up shit he does in this movie because
Taxi Driver. Okay, all right.
No. He just does a lot of fucking crazy shit, and
Nick Nolte's in that
scary.
movie as well.
It's scary.
Yeah,
Julia Lewis too.
Nick Nolte is good. It's also like the original is like Gregory Peck, and it's much more buttoned down. And this one is much more like inspired because like Tarantino and Oliver Stone movies were kind of a hits back then, and so it's got a more of a gritty mania to. It's got like more like Joker vibes than you would have expected. And it was just like when movies in American culture were getting more edgy overall.
It is. Really he did get nominated for that performance. He didn't win it though.
Didn't win though.
No, it's crazy.
Then
no point watching it then.
Something that I no point watching it. Something that I heard of because Flame told me this, but apparently Martin Scorsese is endorsing AI.
Yeah.
So
we found another.
That's another one.
Another one has fallen. He's an old man though.
A one who said Marvel movies aren't real like movies, but okay, AI is cool.
Endorses AI. Yeah. He's old.
You know what? Like, this is the thing. Like, he probably had a couple drinks, and he's fucking 87, and they stick a microphone under his mouth, and he says something, and they're like, "Oh,
he's endorsing the whole company. It's a whole company he's endorsing." Yeah.
That's so fucking crazy.
Man,
who's the director that's making the historical thing? Is it Aronofsky?
Yes, it's Aronofsky. Yes.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
He's making. That's so crazy.
He's making this awful.
He made Noah's Ark.
Movie.
Like an AI thing, like
it's the Birth of America. That's what it is. It's the Birth of America.
Yeah, it's like a completely AI show about the birth of it. It looks
crazy. Too much.
You have to see the trailer. It is insane. Oh, it's out already?
Yeah, he released like the first 2 episodes. I think it's awful.
My God.
What channel is that on? What network is that on?
It's on YouTube.
That is crazy.
I gotta watch this to laugh at it, right?
Yeah, it looks bad.
If Fincher goes
sounds
AI,
terrible. It sounds so terrible.
Fincher would never.
He wouldn't, but oh my God, I didn't think Scorsese would.
You know who is?
What does he want to use it for? Background actors and shit. Every commercial I see now is all the background actors are AI.
Your favorite, Ryan Johnson. He's super anti-AI. Let's go.
He needs
we only
AI
care
for
what
scripts.
Ari Aster thinks about AI.
Yeah.
If Ari Aster flips, then call us. But until then,
flips,
we don't care.
Losing it.
I only care about what Ari thinks.
Edgar Wright would never, though. He wouldn't. He's an artist. He would never.
Never. Well. I still haven't seen The Running Man. I heard it wasn't very good.
Oh, it's sure that's that movie.
Again, watch the original. No need to make a remake. Some of these movies were perfect when they made them. Just let them be. Don't watch the remake. Watch the original and have a nice
leave it like that.
I'm done.
Right?
JC, your turn.
You're done. Yeah, right.
I'm done.
Sorry. I as I said, I've been watching The Pit. And as a little companion piece, to kind of compare and contrast, I'm also
Scrubs.
House. I'm continuing to watch House.
Dr. House.
And like the difference is so funny because The Pit is so like minute by minute like character drama and like crisis, like just constantly. It's like gripping, like nails on a chalkboard, and the characters are all fantastic. Meanwhile, House, he gets whatever case he wants. He's a specialist.
Yeah, he's
he picks his cases. He's chill. And he does just the most outlandish shit.
He's high on oxys.
Yeah, he breaks into people's houses, and it's like the difference in in seriousness and tone is fantastic.
Have you seen that movie about the hospital in New York at the turn of the century called The Nick?
No.
It was on HBO.
Is it good?
It's really good.
Have you seen Eddie?
I think it's like 2 or 3 seasons. It's really good.
She becomes the next head coach.
No, this is not the Knicks. This is the Nick.
No, it's short for Eddie.
No,
Eddie.
but it's like about a hospital when they didn't have anesthesia and shit and all the wild shit they had to do. And
back in the day.
It's I can't believe I've never heard of it. I think it's Steven Soderbergh made it.
Is it a movie? It's a movie.
It's a TV series.
Oh no,
it's a TV series. No. I think it came around like Boardwalk Empire type shit. Yeah. Maybe it was on Showtime or HBO. Look it up. You might enjoy it. It was really good.
Awesome. Well, I am really enjoying The Pit.
What are you watching in 2011 is the game I'm playing. Okay.
And what have I? Oh, I'm almost finished Magician. I'm right at the end. He's a master magician now. Spoilers. Our boy, the main dude, Pug. He's a master magician now. I have issues with the book, but there are some good parts to it. I think there's a lot of good like political intrigue in some points. I think there's some really interesting characters. Other times there's some weird stuff. I really don't like the time jumps. Like I think that's the book's biggest problem is they'll have like a character will be one way and then there'll be a huge time jump and then it'll be like a new character's created. Yeah.
Like Cloud Atlas.
And I'm like, I wanted to see that journey. I didn't want to just jump ahead and now he's a different dude. Like that's like super smart now. Yeah, I don't like that aspect to the book, but like once you get where the character is now and then they start growing, it gets good again. But I just don't like characters changing just like that without, drama. I think like that's the stuff that kind of doesn't work for me. But no, it's pretty good. I'm enjoying Magician. I don't think it's one of the best books I've ever read, but yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's a good.
What is the best book you ever read, JC?
Oh, that's a tough question. I really like The Book Thief. I think The Book Thief's really good. There's a time travel romance movie book that I really like called This Is How You Lose the Time War. That's a fantastic book. I loved it. But yeah, I'd probably put that in my top 3, but I'd have to think about what my favorite book of all time is.
I don't know my favorite book.
The Hobbit.
The Hobbit is I could definitely put that on my top 3, but I like a lot of George Orwell.
1984 was fantastic. Yeah,
I mean, like Down and Out in London and Paris is great, and Burmese Days is fire. And I don't think enough people read Burmese Days.
I think the next book I'm going to read is going to be Frankenstein. I'm excited to read that.
Victor Hugo.
No,
is that who
Victor
wrote
Hugo.
it?
No,
who wrote it? Who's
Mary
Victor
Shelley.
Hugo? What
Mary
am I
Shelley.
talking about?
No,
Why do they say Victor Hugo?
Victor Hugo.
Where did that come from?
Didn't he write Oliver? No, that's Charles Dickens.
I don't know.
Charles Dickens.
What did Victor Hugo write?
Why did I Les Miserables? Right?
Les Mis.
Les Miserables.
What if we did Les Mis as Frankenstein monsters, and we take Victor Hugo and we marry Mary Shelley, and we call it Victor Shelley, and it's all of the French Revolution except everyone's undead.
Shelley Hugo.
He also wrote the Hunchback of Notre Dame as well. That was him.
I just say names. I just say words and things, and if I'm right, I'm right. But mostly people don't know what I'm saying, so they just think it's really smart.
Yeah. Did you say were you watching anything other than the World Cup, Prag? Did you say you'd been watching something else?
I'm watching. No, I'm just like in
NBA
my
finals.
Knicks.
Yeah.
Which is happening right now, and as soon as we're done here, we're gonna watch that. And I can't. No. I've been locked in. On these things.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I haven't even written Grouchy the Clown episode 4 yet. So like I can't think. Like my mind is cluttered by these events, and once they're over, I think it's going to open up more landscape.
That's fair.
Grouchy the Clown is coming back, but The Golden Banana returns tonight at 10 p.m. Pacific, episode 477.
Featuring Jonathan.
It's going to be great. We have new characters and amazing new sets, and it's going to be great.
Awesome. Well done, guys. This has been fun. I'll see you next week for what was the movie you picked?
Exit 8.
Exit 8 and The Social Network.
Okay, that's on.
Saturday.
Is that on? Friday. Just remind me of this. So, like this Friday is what? Exit 8.
Exit 8, and then Saturday's The Social Network.
Correct.
Okay, perfect. Great.
Hold on. I also
Nixon
saw
5 pussy. Oh,
I just realized I also saw the new Spielberg film, which has been getting rave reviews. The
Disclosure Day.
Disclosure Day.
Don't ruin it. Don't you dare disclosure date me.
Quick thoughts.
Don't you dare say anything.
Quick thoughts. Anything.
I gotta go. Right. I don't want to hear anything.
Should I say?
No, I mean,
no. Just
I mean, you can tell me whether you liked it or disliked it, but like, I don't want to hear too much.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Just say that if you liked it or disliked it.
I did not like it.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we should review that pretty soon. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna have to actually. Okay.
Bye, everybody.
5.
Have a good night.
Pussy.